Transportation Committee meeting to order, February 23rd, 2010. Prayer is going to be led by Councilman Kluwat, followed by the pledge.
Please stand. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Lord, we ask that you bless Ascension Parish today as you have for many years. Lord, give us the wisdom to move forward. We ask that you take care of our administration, our workers while they're out there on the street and working in all kind of weather to protect us. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. We have a special request. We ask that you pray for the Wilkins family. The mother passed away of 7th District Fire Chief Kenny Wilkins. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All members are present. Anyone wishing to speak on any agenda item, please sign in with Ms. Liz. Move into number 4, the Road Department monthly report. Ms. Jackie.
Good evening. The report that you have this month actually covers everything to date since our meeting's kind of late in February. The work orders completed by DPW this year is 353. We've cleaned 4,119 feet of culverts and 17,855 feet of ditches. Not on this list, but something I'd like to report on is in litter collection. The guys have made a large effort and put a lot of work into picking up signs in the right-of-way. From January 27th through today, there's been 1,133 signs picked up in the right-of-way. And I'd like to mention, just so everyone understands, in DPW, the power poles are what we use as a reference for right-of-way. There are signs that are beyond those power poles which are considered on private property. So if you do see some signs still out there beyond the limits of the power poles, those are not within the right-of-way and we cannot remove them. But to date, the guys are making an effort to pick up those litter signs. And if y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions? Ms. Jackie. We'll move on to number 5, road project status update.
For our update status report, I'm going to kind of jump ahead and let Miss Martha talk about the LAGAP grant that we received for road striping. You're welcome.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm here tonight to tell you we received our 3rd grant award from LAGAP, which is Local Government Assistance Program, in the amount of $66,831. This program is through the State Department of Office of Community Development, and personally want to thank our legislative delegation for their support on these. So far, in the last 3 grants that we received over $227,081 that all of these funds have gone towards the transportation DPW. Road signs, when Mr. Bob was here, if you remember those large reflective signs that were put, we put new street signs. This one is an addition. This is actually going to be roadway departure striping. We're working real close with Jackie and Mr. Ronnie, and these programs, these are actual things that are happening. So when you see the new signs out there and you see the striping, it's a benefit to our residents. So money well spent in the department, and when you see our legislative delegation, please thank them. So we will be moving on this probably in a month after we get things started, and so this is a good thing for you and a good way to start. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, bringing that, Martha. Any questions, anything on that?
On our other project update, Westworthy Road, we're currently clearing and grubbing. The contractor's moving along with that, so we're hoping in the next 2 weeks or so, he'll be finishing up and utility relocations will start on that job. On our Roddy Road widening, right-of-way acquisition from 621 to 931 is 70% complete. The last 5 parcels are the expropriation type parcels, which they're beginning that process in the legal department at this time. Our 2 overlay projects are bidding right now. The bids will be collected on March 16th. So at your April meeting, we'll be presenting hopefully the low bids on both those jobs. For the 2004 intersection program, as everyone's aware, our Roddy Road at Airline intersection is currently under construction, and the drainage work is ongoing at this time. Airline at 621 at Airline and 929 at Airline, the offer letters were mailed to those landowners for right-of-way acquisition. As soon as we acquire that right-of-way, we'll be bidding those 2 turn lane jobs. The 932 at 933 intersection improvement, we actually have counter offers from the landowners, so we're working with administration and legal to get counter offers with them. On Cannon Road, the survey of the roadside drainage is complete, and once we get these 2 maintenance jobs awarded internally, Mr. Clint Kennerly will be given the task of that design in-house, so we'll start that drainage project next. On our Parker at 929 roundabout, we had a nice public meeting on February 10th. And although the report says I should have a report from Buckhart Horn by Friday, I actually got it this morning. So I have a draft report from them about utility relocations and all of the feasibility for stage 0 study for that project. That concludes our parish projects. On state projects, the 431 roundabout at 42, DOTD has begun that survey and plans to begin those design plans in June. The 73 million overlay from Bayou Manchac to Airline Highway, they had pushed that bid date back, and the bids are to be collected March 17th. So hopefully we'll see that job start construction in late spring as well. And the rest of those projects haven't changed. That's the same projects expected to be let in the next 6 months. In addition to what's on this sheet, we did request a turn lane be evaluated or analyzed by DOTD at LA1 and the Sabine Bridge Road. They did reply to that request with a letter stating the crash data and traffic volumes didn't warrant that turn lane, but we did request it. And that concludes our report. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Ms. Jackie? Mr. Joseph? You had anything?
No, Ms. Jackie answered my question, and she updated me on the Sabine and Highway 1 South. Don't look like I'm getting a turn lane there, Mr. Chairman. That's all that looked like. Thank you very much, Ms. Jackie.
You're welcome, I guess.
Any other discussion for Ms. Jackie? Mr. Cole?
Yeah, Jackie, I may have missed something. LA 22 at Airline intersection improvement. What you got on that?
That little list is the same little list from DOTD saying they're going to let the following projects, and they're installing a turn lane. They're going to bid that job in the next 6 months at 22, going on to Airline within the right-of-way that they currently own.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, number 6, reimbursement agreement with Gulf South Pipeline in the amount of $11,705. Ms. Jackie?
DPW is asking your approval for us to enter an agreement with Gulf South Pipeline in the amount of $11,705. This is to prepare for the next phase of the Westworthy widening. There is a small pipeline fenced-in valve area that we need to pay them to relocate. It was on their own private land, and therefore the cost falls on us. And they've gotten their 3 bids, and this is the lowest of their 3 bids that I'm asking you to approve tonight.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Todd
Second.
Lambert, second by Councilman Kluwat. Any discussion? None, motion passed. Number 7, resolution to DOTD for lighting at Interstate 10, I-10 and Highway 73. Ms. Jackie?
At our last meeting, discussion about this lighting was brought up. Parish President Martinez asked that we look into it. And what is before you tonight is a resolution with DOTD for lighting at the Interstate and 73 interchange. And just to give you the background and the facts on this, this is a federally funded project or program where DOTD prepares the plans at their cost. The federal government pays 90% of construction, and then we would pay 10%. However, there are no current federal funds available for this program. The only way for us to get on a waiting list for the future, and I have no idea what timeline we're looking at because DOTD has no idea when they'll get funds again, but the only way to get on the list is to get this resolution. Just so everyone understands what the 10% could mean, the average interchange lighting project ranges from $800,000 to $1 million. So 10% obviously for us would be $80,000 to $100,000. We're a long way from this project even becoming a reality, but that's what this resolution would commit us to at some point in time. In addition, monthly lighting costs are our responsibility. Depending on how many towers and how many bulbs per tower are designed for that geometry, we would look at a monthly cost between $500 and $1,000. And that's averages coming from Entergy on the average interstate tower. Although those costs are not a reality today, at some point in the future, that would be what you all are looking at.
Mr. Chairman, I got a question.
Mr. Lambert?
Ms. Jackie, are we doing this at any other locations as far as paying for the lighting on state highways?
Now, let me clarify. This, not on interstate. Interstate project, from what I'm learning from DOTD, is very unique, and that is when this 90-10 split happens. If we wanted lighting on a state road, because I had the same question on LA 42, we would have to pay engineering out of our pocket and construction out of pocket and maintenance. They don't pay portions of the state road lighting. We would have to pay those costs. But on an interstate, there's federal program for it. So if it was on a regular state road, it'd be different. I did ask that question, but we don't have any current projects for lighting coming out of our budget. I know there started one on the West Bank, I think. Is that right? LA 70 lighting project? There's one started on the West Bank, but I think it's going through the lighting district
Yeah, lighting district number 2, I
That's
think.
what I'm-
at the school.
Yeah, is this, when it comes to attrition and it's built and we assume the cost, is this area associated with any lighting district?
There is no lighting district for this area.
So that would be a budget item, monthly budget item? Or
That's
annual
correct.
budget item
That's correct.
projected?
Yes.
Councilman
And
Joseph?
that would come out of road and bridge money?
That, I'm sorry.
General fund,
I got a
That's-
question.
which is road and bridge.
Mr. President? President Bill?
I just think it's it would be a good thing as far as safety in that intersection. I think it's something that's needed here. The more you light up these intersections, the more people are going to stop, and the more businesses are going to come into the parish. And for safety reasons, I think it's a good investment in public funds. Now, again, there's no recurring funds that'll come in and help you to do this, but once the initial payment is done, you're looking at about at the maximum $12,000 a year to keep that intersection lit. So I just think it's a good investment in safety. But as Jackie said, there's no federal funds available right now anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I would think that at some point they would put some more money in the program, and I just think it'd be something that would be good for the parish
Yeah.
as a whole.
Councilman Kluwer?
Well, you answered my question I was fixing to ask, as far as the safety.
And we did
it's a
agree-
pretty popular
I-
intersection for a lot of people in the parish.
I think we did agree to answer Councilman Lambert's question. We did agree to pay for some lighting on 431, didn't we? With the roundabout.
That's correct. We've
That
already passed the
roundabout at
resolution. for that.
431 and 42. That's something, I don't think that's gonna be but about $200 to $300 a month, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's the only time that's been done. But as, what we're hearing from DOTD is that a lot of these projects, especially the turn lanes and all on 431, are gonna be contingent on the parish. They'll put up the lighting, but us pay for the lighting, for the electrical, so. That's kind of, like, seems like the wave of the future, and I think it's a good thing if we can light up these intersections, for a couple of reasons, safety-wise, and again, you know, late at night when you know, your wife or children are at these intersections and it's dark, it's not a good situation, so.
Yeah,
Councilman Joseph?
yeah, I was just saying that, you know, that's what we're looking at, and, you know, the fact is that DOTD doesn't have a reoccurring budget either to take that, and local government needs to take some of the responsibilities of some of the things that we have, improvements. It's a good wager against $1 million project.
Make a motion, we adopt this resolution.
One more Mr. Joseph?
And, Mr. President, I agree with you 100% with the safety and everything. This the only important thing is that I'm looking at these things from the budget point of it, and they are growing increasingly, and that's going to be taken away from road projects. So, I mean, it's something that we have never budgeted for lighting in the budget, and those, you know, the more we increase that budget line item going to be increasing and taken away from someone else, and just to make those councilmen's district who do not have a lighting district, that's what's going to happen.
Well, that's where you set your priorities on some of these other things that we're funding. Maybe this would give you a little more bang for your buck with your constituents.
Motion was made by Councilman Lower,
Second.
second by Councilman Joseph.
Bring it to the council.
Any other discussion? None, motion passed. The main professional selection committee results. Jackie?
Yes, the selection committee met on February 3rd to record scores for the LA 42 sewer design, which is in conjunction with the DOTD road widening plans. Before you is the short list. The top 3 firms were MWH, Fortin Tablata, and Sigma Consulting Group for your consideration.
Motion to select MWH, the #1 firm on the list.
Motion
I
by
second
Councilman
that.
Lower, second by Councilman Todd Lambert to go with MWH. Discussion? One discussion, Mr. Cloy?
Yes, Miss Jackie, when you send the first 3 forward, you feel like either one of these guys can do the job, right?
The committee always feels, and then we've discussed this openly, that any one of the top 3 firms is qualified to do the job.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other discussion? None, motion passed. Number 9, revocation of Turkey Road. Ms. Jackie?
What's before you is the first phase of an ordinance to revoke a public right-of-way of Turkey Road. It is an existing gravel road in the parish system serving one home. There's only one resident that accesses the road, and she, Ms. Nona Banker, has brought this request to us. We have no objection to it, and we are supporting it to revoke the road and give her.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert,
Second.
second by Mr. Cloy. Any other discussion? None, motion passed. Number 10, no parking signs on side streets. Ms. Jackie?
We are asking for your approval to install no parking on this side of street signs at 13189 Brown Road 3. It was a request through one of Councilman Lore's constituents. Mr. Ronnie's inspected it, and we have no objection to this installation.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Lowe, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Discussion? None, motion passed. Number 11, speed limit reduction. Jackie?
DPW is asking for a speed limit reduction on Tiggy Duplessis from 35 to 30 miles per hour. The original speed cushions that were installed years ago are designed for 30 miles per hour. It was an oversight by DPW, and to make the situation correct, we are asking your approval of this reduction in speed.
Is this, I got a question. Ma'am, is this a certain portion of Tiggy de Palace, right?
It-
Or is it the full length?
It's the full length.
Okay. And right now, the speed limit is 35, the full?
That's correct.
Okay.
Mr. Lambert?
Ms. Jackie, don't we have the speed cushions on this highway?
That's correct.
And we still need a reduction in speed limit?
Well, it's
So
an
apparently they're not
oversight.
working.
It's kind of hard to explain. It's an oversight by us. The speed cushions are designed for 30. So it's kind of contradictory to say you can go 35 when you really can't
Could be a
go
liability
35.
there. Okay.
Motion by
I'm
Councilman Todd Lambert,
Second.
second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Any discussion? None, motion passed. Mr. President, you had anything?
All I have.
All right.
Thank you.
Motion adjourned,
Motion
Mr. Chairman.
adjourned by Councilman Lambert,
Second.
second by Councilman Chris Lloyd. Adjourned. Thank you.